out of smoke and he appears. It is Generation 1 Powermaster DARKWING. He is a figure I picked up the other day because I was getting back into Powermasters. Some friends of mine picked some up at Steel City Con, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Why don't I get some of those myself? I never had this guy or Dreadwind as a kid, so I figured why not? I'll pick him up. And here is a jet. The guns now I've stuck the guns back here. This is where they'll sit in combined mode, which we'll show off later on. But this is where I like to store them. You can plug them into his hands here and have them face forward if you want to store them, but they look really weird, sticking out the side all the way forward like that. I think they look better back here. But it's up to you. There's really no right or wrong way with G1. I guess you can kind of stick him in the post there for the Target Master or Power Master, but no. So yeah, there he is, his gray jet. And you can see he's got a fairly interesting transformation out here. You see both his arms and then his torso seems sideways, and that's weird. But we'll fix that. He comes with his little buddy Launchpad McQuack, who inspired a hit signal by the Sexpa Bombs back in the early aughts, and it made Neil Young and Kim Evergreen a lot of good money. But he got tired of being Launchpad McQuack one day, and he told everybody, really, if you look at me, I mean, seriously, like, look at my head, guys. I'm not a bird. Stop saying quack. I am clearly some sort of lizardy person thing, and knock it off. And everybody wanted to throttle him. So they started calling him Throttle, and it stuck. So Throttle comes with him, and you fold him up. And one day he was walking along and broke his legs like this. He went, oh! And then he fell onto an airplane like this. And once he fell onto the airplane said, hey, thank you so much, my little friend, for freeing me from the curse of the golden sprocket. Now I can turn into a robot. Let's go crash into the butt of another jet and go into space. And so they did. But before that, he discovered that he could turn into a robot. And when you push this guy in, basically that now allows you to take this front piece and flip it up, which you couldn't do before. You open these up and fold that up, and here's where the fun part comes in, because now he just looks like a ball of and like a folded up jet. And that's kind of his half of the combined mode, which again, later, wait for it. But so yeah, fold this up, and then you come out here, and these wings fold up out of the way like this, and then the arms fold out of the way like that, and then this whole torso. This is the coolest part. I love this part. You rotate this whole thing on the other side of the jet, and his head pops up, and then you unfold these, and he's not being rude to you. I promise. Because you take these out, extend the legs, keep folding them down, and then fold these around, and then these pieces come out to form the thing. These flip out to form the toes. Close up his arms. And there's Darkwing in robot mode. And that's a pretty cool transformation for the day. He is missing some stickers. I've got some Reaper labels on the way. You're probably going to hear about Reaper labels in all of my videos tonight, because that's just the way the cookie crumbled this time around. And he's got two guns that he can hold together. Whoop! And yeah, he does have some back kibble on his back, but what G1 toy really didn't. But he's a nice design, and I like his colors. I like the way his head pops up. I love that torso twist. Some really, really nice stuff going on there. He's got some double guns. If you want a size comparison, here he is next to a tiny Pac-Man. And yeah, that's him. He's pretty cool. I don't have a lot to say about him. He's really awesome. Like, he and his partner, Dreadwind, combined to form Dreadwing in jet mode. They don't combine in robot mode. This is pretty much it. But, yeah, I'm glad I picked this up. I picked up him and Dreadwind. They got here today, which was awesome. And if you've been looking at this set, nab them, because they're so much fun. I've been having so much fun flying these things around and making little whooshy noises all day. But yeah, there's Dreadwind. When the repo labels come, I'll do a quick set showing off the repo label set for both of them with all the stickers. But a fun toy, a neat transformation. Definitely worth nabbing if you haven't had a chance to experience him in your life previously, because he's a lot of fun. We'll get to the combined jet mode in just a minute, but there is Darkwing. I'm going to confuse those so much because they're so similar. Darkwing from Generation 1 with his Powermaster throttle right there on his butt. Alright, so we mentioned that both Darkwing and Dreadwind combined to form the mighty Dreadwing in vehicle mode. So let's go ahead and show that off. You're going to see this twice tonight, so count yourselves lucky. So you take them and get them in basically their power, you unlock their Powermaster parts. You flip this back, flip this piece up, and there you go. You stop tweeting at me, Twitter. I don't need you. And so you take this, and once you got it here, you're going to, these holes right here and these little peg holes right here match up with these pegs up here. And then there's only one, this is not broken, there's only one clip per side. That's how the legs work on Dreadwind. And either way you have this, it works. So you take these and you just want to plug them together like this. And it takes a little doing because you got to get those bigger clips in, and you got to get the smaller clips to line up. Once you've done that, you can take Dreadwind's wings. You can see there's some slots here in the front of Darkwing's. So you take the whole assembly and slide it back until those hinges kind of meet up here. And once that's done, you can see there's some notches under the missiles here. You fold Darkwing's wings up to that. And then up here, you take these pieces right here, and there's some slots here. You just kind of, and a tab here. Just tab all this together all the way until it's tight. And then you flip up this middle tail fin all the way up until it locks into place. And these you can leave flat, or you can fold those up if you want. I prefer to leave the rear fins flat. And then up here on Dreadwind, you flip open these front panels like that. And then the guns, you take one each of Dreadwind's gun and Darkwing's gun, and then you see these tabs. That's not going to work. Oh, here we go. You have the post facing the same way, and they should line up. And you can peg them together to form dual guns. Like that. Do that on both sides. At which point, you can now take these, peg them in back here where I was storing the guns on Darkwing. And there you have Dreadwing, the mighty space jet thingamabobber combined from the two of them. And it's pretty fun. This is what I was whooshing around all day, in case you were wondering. If you look underneath, you can kind of see what I mean. They even kind of match up nicely underneath. Like, there's not a whole lot of visible, obviously, robot stuff. It's there if you know what you're looking for, but yeah, kind of cool. And it forms a neat combined jet. I'm so glad to finally have these, because when I was a kid, I remember going to an outlet mall one time with my grandparents and my parents and finding these guys, complete brand new in boxes in an outlet mall for $5 each. And as much as I begged and pleaded, I was not allowed to buy them. And I always missed that opportunity, so I'm glad to finally have them now. But there is Dreadwing, the combined form of Dreadwind and Darkwing Powermasters from G1. Very cool, very neat. A lot of fun to play with. These guys are a lot of fun. Like, the set is really worth picking up both of them. If you get one, you got to get the other because they're a lot of fun together.